Big Basket presents the RCB podcast.
Big Basket presents the RCB podcast, Bold and Beyond. Today, we meet an absolute icon. 20 years of longevity in a sport that at once used to celebrate and be called the golden generation of Indian sport. Hockey legend Sreejesh is in the house. But are we now seeing again a resurgence? Are we again seeing the golden generation of Indian hockey? Who else but Sreejesh to tell us more? Very blessed again to share a stage with the iconic Sreejesh, especially because this period marks 100 years of organized hockey. 100 years. It's a century of something that is still considered our national sport.
Yes, because of the rich history, the Olympic journey, because what do you say, is in the early 90s or the initial stage Olympic Games, we are the ones who got most numbers of gold medals in Olympic Games, in hockey especially. So we Indians do have a special concern for this game, the love for this game, even though cricket is most popular game in India, but when it comes to hockey in Olympics or World Cup or Asian Games, people do concern about hockey. They shows that love, the passion, and it's there in their blood. So Indians believe that hockey is their national game.
It is in the blood. From 1928 to 1980, 52 years of consistently, and Olympics comes every 4 years. Yes. 8 consecutive medals. There's different generations. In the 70s, 3 podium finishes in the World Cup. That was the history of the sport that you decided to enter into.
Yes. So when I stepped into hockey, the history was like a responsibility. The shades come later. After 1980, we were like struggling to get a medal in Olympic Games, and when we were like, okay, talking about hockey, what happened, why this changes happens, how can we get bounce back, how can we get on the top of this game again? Then we realized, okay, the changes happens on the grass to the astro turf made a big change, because hockey used to be like a sweet, skillful, artistic game before.
Skillful, yes. Sweet, I don't know. It's too fast-paced to be a sweet sport. Huh?
No, in the way I say, it's like
the skillful, the talent,
yes.
the wrist.
When you see that skill, it's like sweet. It's like just scooping an ice cream from the bottle. So that's just smoothie. That's it. So and later when they changed the game, on the grass ground we play a different game, and when it comes to AstroTurf, it started to demand a lot of things. Demand your strength, demand your fitness, demand your all the muscular muscle powers, and definitely endurance. So there where we lacked, because the rules design for this AstroTurf is totally, somewhere I felt like, okay, that was in the initial stage was against us. So that was the period where we felt like, okay, we had the downfall from the top, but now we are getting back into the rhythm. So I think somewhere we are getting that flavor of Indian hockey, Indian history, get into the nerves of the new generation.
Maga. Weather andre perfect fit. Cinema andre super hit. 10 minutes andre.
Boys, big basket. 10 minutes andre big basket. 10 minutes andre big basket.
Big Basket, delivering in Bengaluru and everywhere in 10 minutes.
It's such a simple, it sounds so simple, switching from grass to AstroTurf, but not being able to adjust to it. Was it, if you look back, just not enough infrastructure? Was there just not enough knowledge for players about how to tackle these conditions?
It's everything. Because this is just like an example. If you are using a typewriter and you're very good in that, and suddenly I'm giving you a MacBook Pro, and you suddenly says, okay, use it. How does it feel? That's it. That's what happens when you start playing on grass, and suddenly you're shifting into AstroTurf, because AstroTurf needs different techniques. Because in India, we never had an AstroTurf before, and Europeans used to that. That's how the games works. When they wanted to do something, they first try. They first try in their club level. They just try in their state level, and they introduce into international. By that time, they introduce into the international, they become the masters of that game. They used to with that game. So they had all those advantages to play that game in the top level. That's where the downfall started. But when we got the first AstroTurf, and when we started to understand the rules, when we started to apply that, by the time they got
were
the
ahead.
yeah. I mean, too far ahead. And now, and definitely we Indians learn our game, the style of what we used to play on the grass. But or AstroTurf, it's totally a different game. You need different technique. You need different fitness. You need different ideas. You need set plays. And I believe that in 2009, when we got the first, international coach, Jose Braza, he spent almost 7 months to teach us the basics of that game. How to hold that ball with your stick, how to hold how to hold a hockey stick, how to push that ball, how to look it, how you structure the game in a new era. And from there, we changed that game, and we are now getting all that flavor from all the countries. I train under European coaches. I trained under Australian coach. Recently I trained under a South African coach. So India is getting flavors of all the coaches, and now we are getting into the top level so that we can beat any team on a given day.
That's why you played 20 years.
Yes.
You knew that you had to change your training and your techniques from what you had been taught about in cricket.
Yes. You need to be flexible for that. You can't be like stubborn saying that I know everything. I don't change. You need to change yourself so that you can improve. You need to be like a water. It just take the shape of that vessel which carries you. The same way, every coach has got their ideas. They do have different demands. You just need to fulfill that. Then automatically somewhere in your career, you feel like, okay, I knew this game now. I knew where to improve. I knew where I'm lacking, where I need to give more attention. So then automatically you can train yourself. You don't need anybody's support. Then you challenge yourself. Then you polish yourself. Then you become the best. You can't take that leap, the long step in one moment, but you just need to be patient. You just need to change yourself. You just need to be ready to adopt whatever things happens around you and just move on.
When you started, what were the regions that hockey players would come from? From Punjab, from Haryana, from Odisha, all these areas. So, who were the why hockey? Who were the players that inspired you? Was it just because you thought goalkeeping is the least amount of work? So I give it a try.
No inspiration. My inspiration was at 60 marks. No, not the love for the sport. No, when I picked
Growing up in Kerala, everyone must have played football, right? That was the passion.
Because I didn't even play football. I played football, but not in a professional way. But in school time, with my schoolmates, okay, I used to play football. But athletics used to be the main one. We love to run. We love to compete to each other. So I used to be like a normal athlete in my school. And when I joined my sports school, I found it like, Sri, what you did is not that professional athletics. It's totally different. When I joined the sports school, suddenly I seen people coming up with these spikes. They are with the sleeveless t-shirts. I was like, I never seen that before in my life. Then I saw them training hard. I said, Sri, this is not your sports. Move. I was 12 years old that time. Then I moved. I tried football. Then I saw a huge number, like 20-25 people from my same classroom. They were like in a queue just to play football. I said, Sri, no way. You can't fix there. Then I jumped into volleyball. I was short, fat. It's like jumping over the net. No way. That's not your sport. Basketball need lot of physical demands. No, that's not your sports. I saw this hockey players, Musara. They stands in a corner doing this all dribbling.
It was like the fifth sport you tried was hockey, basically.
Yes.
Wow.
I think, I hope that's what, because of that, I got excellent in these sports because I had choices.
Yeah.
That is what we need to give to the young kids. We need to give them choices. Choose what you want. Go. Try every sport. If you like it, do that. Then when I started to do hockey, as a player, it was real tough because you need to bend, you need to hold a stick, and we never had any AstroTurf there. So the ball get bumpy with the stones. So, and the ground's also not, even. So then when I tried it, you need to bend. A lot of physical demands. Then I saw this goalkeeper standing in a corner. wearing these all things, doing nothing, just kicking the ball. I found it like, okay, this is what I want. That's how I become a
Like
goalkeeper.
calling in life.
Yes, then that's how I become the goalkeeper.
But equipment, I mean, did you even, you had to fashion equipment out of like,
No, I started with a normal clothing goalkeeping equipments. That was like pretty heavy.
how long did it take you to put everything on for a game? What is the process?
Now, the initial stage when I started goalkeeping, that was the clothing one. So what happened is the new goalkeeper, the players never hit hard on you. They pamper you. Then you get the flavor. Oh, you are saving all the balls. Then you get confidence. But later on, when you train for 1 month, 2 months, then they started to hit really hard. Then the bruise started to come. It started to visible. It started to force you to think like you chose a wrong position. Seriously, then you forces like, why speed? You can be a player.
It was too late to make
It
the
was too
switch.
late because you made the decision and coach started to train you like a goalkeeper and he made you like, okay, you are the permanent goalkeeper now. Then later, then the real story comes, the equipment. So normally hockey is not a, normally we say it's the middleman's games or poor man's games. No, it's very expensive. So the first equipments which I bought costed me a lot of money. So when I asked my father, okay, I need money to buy this whole equipments, then okay, the other story is like he sold the cow and he sent all the money to me and I bought a new pad, which gives me a lot of confidence because when you get pain, you hesitate to face the balls. When you are good, all the equipments are really good, the updated one, the rebound goes very well, you feel confidence. You started to face the ball. And that's the way I changed my game.
But that sacrifice from your parent, did it continue to inspire you throughout those 20 years?
Yes.
Continue to give you that hunger?
Yes. I think the money which he gave me that time, that was like a commitment. There was like a responsibility on my shoulder. So whenever I feel like I'm tired, no, I don't want it, that things pop up. It's push. It's like a pinch on your mind. Like, no, you never done. Go, grab it. You need to win it. So when you do it for yourself, somewhere you feel like, no, I'm done. But when you are doing it for somebody whom you really love, then you can find energy from anywhere, everywhere that push you hard, that gives you one extra step, that gives you one extra sip of energy that you can go 1 more meter ahead to improve yourself.
So traditionally, you didn't come from an area that produced hockey players. So, I mean, what did you know about Indian hockey and the areas that they came from and about, the players that you were eventually going to join?
Nothing. You don't believe I didn't know that time who was the captain of the Indian national hockey team. The only name which we all knew that time was like Dandaj Pillai, because he was like a star. I used to come in the newspapers. That's it, because that's the only thing which I used to read. So when I started playing hockey, I used to try to read, article about hockey. No internet, no fancy mobiles those days. Yes, no, nothing is there. So when the team announced for the World Cup, Olympics, there will be a big headline comes, okay, Indian team announced, these are the guys playing. Then I used to cut that paper cutting. I used to read, okay, that time Devaj Chavan is the goalkeeper, Edwin D'Souza is the goalkeeper, or Dilip Turkey used to be the captain. Then I used to remember that, okay, these guys are the ones. So the time when I stepped into the junior under 16 national camp, that's the time I started to learn about Indian hockey and Indian hockey's history.
But did it change anything about the way you approached hockey with such a rich history?
Yes. Because hockey was like a time pass for me that time when I started to play hockey. Because as I said, my intention was to get some extra grace mark for my board exams. It was not literally I want to play this game and I want to become something in this game. But when I heard about this history, when people talk about hockey, you hockey players, the respect what I used to get, that's triggered somewhere. It's like, okay, you want to take that game into that era. Not in the initial days, for sure. Because when you are a kid, your aim is always to get the jersey first, to get the job first, to be there, to get into that newspaper. That's what all the kids thinks. Because 16 years old, 18 years old boys, they don't dream big. Their dreams are like limited because they never been to that level. So initial stage, I was like that. But later when I realized it's free, you are doing a serious business. You need to be serious. Then the game changed.
Maga. Weather andre perfect fit. Cinema andre super hit. 10 minutes andre
Boys, big basket. 10 minutes andre big basket. 10 minutes andre big basket.
Big Basket, delivering in Bengaluru and everywhere in 10 minutes.
When was the first time you saw your own name in the paper?
Oh,
Did you take her a cutting?
so when I got my a letter for the first national camp, me and my dad took a passport size photo. We've been to all the local newspaper reporters and visited them. Said that I got a call from the national camp. I'm going for it. And that's the time it came, just like a small paper cutting. My Keralite got a call for the national team. So my dad used to cut every paper cutting he used to cut. He used to keep it like, okay, that's a memory. That's a great journey. But yeah, I remember those days. It's really nice because the initial struggles always gives you the strongest base. From there, you can build your journey. You can build your palace. You can build your bungalows, whatever you want. You can bring it from the strongness base.
So our perceptions of like these famous hockey camps is because of the movie Chuck Day. And we all envision you having coaches like, Shah Rukh giving motivation speeches and people from all over the country with differences uniting. But what was actually camp culture like? And also, sorry, just to add, because traditionally you didn't come from an area that had hockey as its background. Was that at all a challenge?
Yes, it's a big challenge because now in 2025 and long back, I joined my first camp in 2022. 2002. So 2002. So those days, language was a big barrier. The North people never speak English. They are into Punjabi or Hindi. And we South people are not good in Hindi, but we speak English or Tamil. So Tamil used to be a common language for us. So the language divided a lot of people, and that was a big barrier. That's why we had a lot of issues when to get into, into a team position, Long back, it was all about individual skills. As when we talk about grass hockey, it's all about individual. You dribble, you pass, you dots, you run with the ball, you score, you good. But AstroTurf, it's all about team. So you need to have understanding with each other. Then only the performance comes. And initial stage, language, big barrier. Culture, big barrier. Food. It's totally a big barrier. And next to that, coaches. Because all the coaches used to be like North Indians and they speak Hindi. And it was quite hard for me to understand. And all my South Indian friends, couple of them used to understand Hindi, but the others are like, okay, they're really good in English, but Hindi was really challenging. And there used to be like a hierarchy system. The seniors used to be like seniors, and the middle ones are the one closer to the seniors, and the juniors used to be like juniors. So there is a group of juniors, there's a group of seniors, and the middlemen. And that environment was really tough. Most of the times, it's quite challenging for the people who comes from the remote area like me. I feel like, oh, dude, are you really want to play or want to go back? Because most of the time, the initial stages, people judge you with your equipments, people judge you with your attire, what you're wearing, and the way you travel, which brand shoe you are wearing. So, it was tough period.
When did you start to see a change? Or was it because you started becoming Sreejesh?
It's one side it is, because when you perform, and that matters. It doesn't matter you are wearing a Puma t-shirt or you are wearing a local ones. It's all about how good you are performing. So when you have started to save the balls, language become the secondary. Food becomes secondary. Any other things become secondary. You save the balls, you are the boss. So I think the initial changes happens from there because you started to showcase your performance. Second things, the players from my era started to understand that. Everyone, when we become like a middleman, we started to change it. We started to break that ice between this hierarchy. We started to involve the youngsters into our group. We started to talk to them, make sure that everyone got that bond, because we understand that the team bonding is most important thing in hockey, because it's not an individual game. In the most games, you can see that one individual person can be a changer of that game. But hockey, it's not like that. 11 players on the field should play like one team, one target, then only you will win. Then when that started to happen, teams started to change.
You say that, but being a goalkeeper is very individual.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Because the most amount of expectation, you're the last line of defense, and Often all the anger, the outrage can come on you. So yes, it's a team sport, but your position has just a different pressure of expectation.
Yes. So in hockey, goalkeepers does a totally different job. But we are a team member. I do my job. My defenders does their job. Midfielders and forwards does their job. So everyone do have specifics. Things to do. So goalkeepers, I always felt like we are like the ones who can change the entire game. You say the team drew. If you concede, the team lose. So you are going to be a one-man army on the field. Second thing is like you are doing a thankless job. See, I'll give an example of the team wins 1-0. You normally ask who scored the goal.
Yeah, of course.
So when the team lose the game, you ask the same question, who's the goalkeeper? You understand? So when we win 1-0, the goalkeeper might have done a 15 saves, a 20 saves. But the attention, the glamour goes to the one who scored. And when we lose, the goalkeeper might have done 35 saves, but he considered one goal, but the attention goes to that one mistake. So that's how the ratio changed. So the goalkeepers are playing a different game on the field of a hockey with their mind. You consider a goal, you do have another 10, 15 minutes, maybe you get to think about that goal. That can be positive, that can be negative. That influences your entire game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a bit tricky because when the goalkeeper win a match through a shootout, okay, you are a champion. You are the star. But think about the other way.
Yeah.
When you lose a shootout,
It's far destroying you.
because all the blame goes to the goalkeeper. So it's really tricky. So that's why I learned not to overjoy when you win and not to be sad when you lose. Be there, neutral, just be like every time.
Was this your attitude during that period of not qualifying for the Olympics, first time ever, then the embarrassment of 2012, to then going ahead and, consecutively ensuring over 8 years that you had podium finishes? That entire period, we felt it as fans that this is a zoo for Indian hockey with the ditch that we have. How much of that burden, anger, negativity was coming your way as players? What did you think about your position in the sport then?
Tough. That was the toughest period. I think the young kids never understand that because I was a young kid when I joined in 2007 with the senior squad, and in 2008 when we missed the quota, I was in the core group. I was not in the team. I was in the core group, and we get the why. Wherever you go, people talk speak highly of. See, they did qualify. So that was a pressure. Every media, every newspapers, everywhere, it's all about the dark day of Indian hockey. That was like really big burden. The first things always comes to your mind is like, "Are yaar, kisi bhi haal mein qualify ho jao, please." So another 3 years, and after that till 2011 end, almost 2012, till the day we qualified for the 2012 London Olympics, it was only one thing in our mind was like qualify for the Olympics, qualify for the Olympics.
So you weren't even thinking about results? You were just thinking about qualification?
Exactly. That's the difference happens. Because the first thing we all wanted to qualify for the Olympics. And we qualified. We were happy. And the next thing was, Sri, you want to become an Olympian. Again, the result were not there in our mind. It was like, okay, I'm going to be part of the Olympic Games. Then you're stepping up. You played Olympic Games. What happened? You lost all the matches. Okay, what happened before that? This nobody knows. Okay, you lost all the matches and you're coming back to India. And now, the big drop. Everyone talks. Why? Again, why? See, these guys lost all the matches. And wherever you go, people laugh at you. Everywhere you go, they keep you, and they always made you to sit in the corner, on the back of the stage, or somewhere in the corner, and they make fun of you. And that humiliation hurts. There was like really tough part. Then the biggest lesson what we learn is like we are not going to Olympics just to participate, to win. So it's registered in our mind, and we work hard. In 2014, we had a very good year. We won Asian Games. We got gold medal. We got silver in Commonwealth. We Champions Trophy for the first time. We finished on top 4. That was good year. And again, 2016, we stepped in for Rio Olympic Games. So we are ready. We are there to win a match, to win medals. We were doing good. But Canada was a villain. Canada was a low-ranking team. They suddenly hit us really badly because players were really confident to win against Canada. But what happened is suddenly they drew the game and we got the toughest opponent in the quarterfinals. And we lost. We lost in the quarterfinals. We got the second big lessons. Never underestimate any team on a big platform. Anybody can be a threat for you. When it comes to 2021, these two lessons. You are not going there to participate. You are not going to treat any team as a weakest one. We got medal.
Yeah.
Once you test it, it's like shark. You got it, you want more. You want better ones. And 2024 Paris, we were like dreaming to get a better medal. And we were capable to do that. We almost touched
I also
there.
believe
Yes.
actually that you
That's why the celebration went in a different way. Because in 2021, I was like super happy, excited. Okay, medal around your neck, great. But this time when I wore it, I was like, no, could have been much better. The way of thinking changed.
that's very honest because you know your team was capable of a top 2 finish. Yeah.
Yes. So when you look back, this whole setback was the base. From there built this paradise. And now we are passing the legacy to the youngsters. It's your turn to build it from there on.
Now you are doing that. You haven't had any time off at ball. I'm sure you're still reveling in the podium finish because every time we see you, we still have stars in eyes. You got straight into just training the next generation. What's that role like?
Okay, so coaching is my passion. I want to pass my knowledge to the young generation. So it was there. Suddenly Hockey India gave me the responsibility of taking care of this under-21 junior team, and we are preparing for the Junior World Cup. And there are a lot of potential in India. The only thing is that the vision, they don't know where they want to go. They don't have the dream. They don't know how to reach there. And for me, I played till 2024. So I know what is happening in the international arena. I know what is the modern hockey and how how hard it is to reach there. I'm giving them a way now. I'm showing them a way. Okay, this is the path. And this path is not going to be easy. You need to struggle. And everyone work really hard on their physique. Okay, you're stronger, you work on your basics, but they're forgetting about this. Games, sports, in the top level, it's all about here and here. So 50% of your body and 50% of your mind. So if you are getting your mind strong, you are going to perform there well. Look at any champions, any game. If they are good here, they are on their good way. If they are good, if not they are good here, okay, their performance goes like this. That is why I jumped in. I thought, okay, it's a good sign. I can train the kids, but I'm not an experienced coach, but I know what happens there.
You know the demands of what needs to be done to continue to get podium finishes. Because that is now, we've fallen in love with hockey again as a sporting nation, and that is our expectation.
Yes. No, see, expectations are good. People always say that expectations are pressure. But why expectations? Because of your performance. You showed that. And people are expecting more because you showed them. You tested them. And people demands more. And now it's your turn. So that expectations, I'm putting that expectation on my youngsters. I ask them, dream big. Dream about 2028. Dream about 2032. Think about you are there. You are playing the semifinals. You are playing the quarterfinals. The pressure. How to handle that. Think about that.
So when we talk about, we look back in history, we talk about some very iconic players. You mentioned Dhanraj Pillai, and I must share an interaction with you actually. I also really admired Dhanraj Pillai and seen him playing in that hockey league, that had started at that time. And I'm at the airport one day and someone from Air India is putting my bag on the counter and it's Dhanraj Pillai. And I could not get over the humility of this champion. But that's it. That's who he was. That was his service job. He was dedicated. He serves the nation and he was an icon. I was blown away by humility. What was your interactions?
Anna is like legend. Anna is the living god, when the save is Sachin Tendulkar for all the Indians, all the cricketers, Anna for all the hockey players. Anna is like next level. When he's on the field, he's aggressive. He demands your best. He's outside, he's a jolly person. Cool. Hey, macha, hey, tambi. Yeah. When he's on work, he does his best. So that is what the youngsters should learn. There are a lot of other players also. Dilip Turki, he's calm, quiet, but he was a top leader. He was captain for, he was one of the highest cap player in the world.
Yeah, most capped.
Yes, he is. And then after that, in my era when it comes to Sardar Singh, one of the iconic player who showed that what is dedication, what is discipline. That's how he was there for a period, and he taught the youngsters that what is dedication means. He is the one who entered the pitch first and the one leave the pitch last. And after that, there were like a lot of players. In my time, Raghunath were there. Rupinder Pal played a great job, but still I should mention Manpreet. Manpreet is like, oh my God, is like a extreme level player, energetic. I mean, he joined the team when he was like 16 or 15. From there, he's still playing. He's 33, 34 now, and he played almost more. He's almost touching 400 matches now. And that guy consistently showcasing his performance on top level. And at last, the legendary captain Harmanpreet Singh, because now Indian hockey is looking at to him like, okay, what Harman can deliver more, and the expectation goes high with them. So these are the players who is carrying Indian hockey on their shoulders, and I always believe that their legacy can influence a lot of youngsters into the next level, or they can keep them as like the star and look at them and learn and work hard on their pace.
Maga. Weather Andre? Perfect fit. Cinema Andre? Super hit. 10 minutes Andre?
Boys, big basket. 10 minutes andre, big basket. 10 minutes andre, big basket.
Big Basket, delivering in Bengaluru and everywhere in 10 minutes.
What has your interaction been with like the women's team and where the women's game is going and the goals that they've set?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I should not forget that they work really hard. Hockey demands a lot of physical, demands. And these girls are like machine. These girls are like strong. We start talking with Savita, the goalkeeper. She is like, sometimes I feel like, she is the real wall. People always call me wall, but I always say she is the real wall. Whenever the team's required, she stands tall. I mean, recently, India beat the world champion, the Olympic champion, Holland, and she was there. Yeah. She was the instrumental piece for that victory. And there are a lot of them, Tete, the captain, or midfield, Sushil Chanu, or you name it. Everyone, they did had experience of last 12 years. They played almost 200 plus caps. They played more than 300 caps. Vandana is the one who played the first player who played more than 300, international matches for India. So the girls are working hard, and they are really, waiting for that medal. In 2021, they just missed that medal. Just like that. That was the hardest day for them probably. But it's like shark again. Once the shark tasted the blood, they want more. The girls are chasing it. I believe that in 2028, the girls are going to get a medal in LA.
To get medals, you also have to have that system in place. So in terms of the infrastructures that are available all over the country, in terms of playing enough matches, playing enough oppositions, has it been set, keeping podium finishes in mind?
Yes.
And are you playing a role in that?
See, it's the system is there, but we need to get more players into that system. That is really important. So when you look into the top level, the elite level, the game is going super. The international exposure, what we are getting, the international exposure, what the juniors are getting, the domestic level tournament, Khelo India program, SAI is conducting a lot of tournaments. The nationals is happening, Khelo India, college university games. So these are the platform for the youngsters to come up and play the games at the top level. I think these platform are giving them enough opportunity to get into the limelight. And playing good hockey in domestic level doesn't mean that they are good in the international level, because again I'm coming back to the topic here. So when you want to play in international level, you play 50% here as hockey player and 50% here as how strong you are. So I always feel like whenever I meet people, I always tell them that, okay, work on here. You just need to work on your mind. You just need to make sure that you're stronger from here so that you can handle the pressure on the field and just play the normal game. Because 364 days, you are playing the same hockey. Why it's changing when you're playing Olympics? Yeah. Why it's changing when you're playing World Cup? That's here.
Sure. That is. If RCB are looking at getting more mentorship when it comes to the mental game, someone is available for that.
For sure. But I think Virat is there. He is the best one.
If there's anyone who understands pressure.
Exactly.
Pressure.
Because people always talk about his weak performance and people always throw stones at him. But when the team really required, he stands tall. He shows that, boys, It's not about the talk. It's about the work ethic, shows the performance. And RCB got the best man to showcase what is, how to handle pressure. And we don't need to look at anyone else. Virat is the right example for the team.
Thank you so much for joining us, Sri. Looking forward to more from you in the future.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Big Basket presents the RCB podcast.
Okay, Sreejesh, thank you for joining us. Our digital partners, Big Basket, would like to present you with this hamper.
Thank
a
you.
little bit of goodies because you're like retired now, so you can actually eat most of the things in here. Even though you don't look like you're physically retired, you eat most of the things in here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.